Okay, we are going to talk a little bit about reciprocals, which we have introduced already. What's the definition of a reciprocal?
Use dictionary.
If I have a number and I flip it over, this is called its reciprocal. So the definition of a reciprocal is whatever I need to turn that into a 1. Does that make sense? Okay, so what's 1 times 7? And what's 1 times 7? And 7 over 7 equals 1. So when I'm working with reciprocals, I take whatever number I'm using and just flip it over. So what about 5/3? What would the reciprocal be for 5/3? 3/5. Okay, and what happens when I times them by each other? Okay, 15 over 15 or 1. What if I have 0.5? How would I figure out what the reciprocal of that is? Turn that into a fraction first. So how do I do that? What is 0.5? How do I turn that into a fraction?
It's like 5 over 10.
Okay, so here's the trick. After my decimal, how many places did I have? I have 1 place. So I need to have 1 0. So this is really 5 tenths. Okay, so that will simplify down into 1/2. So 1/2 is the reciprocal, or is that the value?
That's the value.
That's the value. Okay, so what's the reciprocal of 1/2? 2 over 1. So 2 times 0.5.
1.
1. Okay, my reciprocal needs to get me back to 1. What if I have 0.66 on forever? How do I turn that into a fraction? So how many places are after the decimal?
2.
2. So how many zeros do I need? 2. So that turns into 66 over 100. So let's simplify down.
Yeah.
Yes? By 2 for sure, right?
2/3. No, not exactly.
Not exactly. Okay, so simplify it down with me. They're both divisible by 2.
32.
So that would be 33 over 50. That's as low as it's going to go. Then if I use my calculator, this will take me back to 0.666 on forever. So then what would the reciprocal be for 50 over 33? So grab your calculator. 50 over 33 times that by 0.666666, and it should get you back very close to 1. Not quite.
1650
Not quite exactly.
times 0.66. 1,089.
No, just 50 over 33 times 0.6. What are we doing on the calculator?
It's kind of
I
a
don't know how to put that
theoretical
in the calculator.
exercise to show you that a reciprocal should get you back to 1. So you would times 50 by 0.66666 and then divide it by 33.
Oh, okay, so you go.
So numerators,
50 times
denominator.
0.66
divide by 33.
equals 1 on the month.
Okay. So your reciprocal needs to get you back to 1. So if you can remember that, you can always check yourself. So if you're using reciprocals, which you'll use, particularly when you're dealing with electricity and currents, you will use the reciprocal of a number a lot. So the reciprocal of a number is whatever it is, flip it over. And if you're working with decimals, you need to convert the decimal to a fraction first. So let's do some more converting right there, because people struggle with that idea. Okay, my decimal is 0.75. How do I convert that into a fraction?
3/4.
Okay, so I know it's 3/4, so let's work it through.
You gotta put 100 underneath it.
Okay, I have 2 spots after the decimal, so I need 2 zeros. So 75 over 100. Simplify that down. Is there a number that will divide into both of those? 5 for sure. So let's start 5. What's 5 into 75?
Oh.
5 will go into 75 15 times. And then how about into 100? 20 times. So can I simplify that down again?
Yeah.
What are they?
By 5 again.
By 5 again. So 5 into 15 is 3. 5 into 20 is 4. So you're not always going to be able to go straight from this to this. Sometimes you're going to have to do an intermediate step, particularly with numbers that aren't common. But generally you can pick an easy number to work with, 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. Simplify it down and then simplify it down again. So how about 0.682? How would I convert that into a fraction?
3 zeros.
Okay, 3 places after the decimal, so I need 3 zeros. 682 over 1,000. What do I know they're both divisible by automatically?
2.
Okay, they're both divisible by 2. So if I divide by 2, 341 over 500. That might be as low as it goes, right? 341 is one of those tricky numbers. So grab your calculator, do 341 divided by 500. Did we get it back to 0.682? Okay. Let's do another one. What if I have 0.1022?
What did you just have us do in the calculation? Divided.
341 divided by 500 should take you back to 0.682.
Oh,
0.1022. So how many places after the decimal? 4. So how many zeros do I need? 4 zeros. 1022 over 10,000. Simplify. What do I know they're both divisible by?
2.
2? So 2 into 1022? 511.
5,000.
That might be as low as it goes. I think I need to pick some easier numbers to work with.
So now you just go 511 divided by 5,000.
Yes, and it should take you back
0.1022.
0.1022. What about 0.350? How would I convert that into a fraction? How many places after the decimal?
3.
So how many zeros?
3.
3 zeros. Both divisible by
5. 10.
5, 10, 50.
50, yeah.
Okay, which one should we start with? If I do 10, what does it turn into? If I divide by 10,
3,500.
35 over 100. Can I go down again?
5, 7 20s.
Okay, we'll go by 5s. So 7 20ths. So then grab your calculator. 7 divided by 20 should take you back to 0.350. that's the way we want to convert decimals into fractions. So if I have a problem that says add 0.75 plus 2/3, there's two ways to solve that. What's the first one?
Turn the fraction into.
Okay, first, turn the fraction into a decimal, then they're both decimals, or second, turn the decimal into a fraction, and then work with fractions. But I need to have common number type to work with them easily. So convert either one or the other.
To convert the 2/3, you would take 2 and divide it by 3, right?
Huh? So 2 divided by 3 is
66.
0.667.